Hey guys, it's Norm. I'm going to do the recap for today. Monday, February 25th, 2019. I had 4 total trades today. It's really 2 trades. Each one took me two stabs to get in it right. First one I'll show you in a second, but KHC, I traded in between the two on NVDA. I traded this last week after its huge drop, and I didn't like the way it traded then. I didn't like the way it traded today. I said watch out for it because it's just not clean. It moves like a NYSE stock, even though it's NASDAQ. Maybe before Kraft and Heinz merged or whatever, it was a NYSE stock, and that's why. I have no idea why it moves the way it does. I don't like it. It's slow. It chops around a lot. It doesn't really give many clear trading signals, but it looked like a long. I think Andrew took this too, and it just didn't pan out. I got out of one for this long for a tiny loss here, small loss there, excuse me, and then essentially break even on the second try. So I gave up. I took my own advice and stayed away from it. So NVIDIA, right at the open, it was trading up. Almost everything was gapping up this morning on trade news with China. So it was up. I thought there might be a little profit taking at the start. I waited for it to peak. It started to sell off just a tiny bit. I went ahead and took a small position here, scalped a few shares. Then I went over and traded KHC for a few minutes, came back, and I saw this. I had this daily level on my chart, 165. Everything was real wicky up here. It was just selling off every time it got above that. I tried for it here, and frankly, I took it short into the support of this 9 moving average. Should have waited. Finally, I got my pullback. I took this position. This was only a half position, but I wanted to take a full size once it got back up here if it gave me the pullback. But I took it in 2 halves, just a few cents apart. My average was 164.65 on it. My stop, it was still a small enough position. My stop was above 165. And my targets were down below VWAP. So as you can see, I didn't partial at VWAP. It was a pretty good move. VWAP was about $1 away, a little bit less than $1 away. But when it kept trying VWAP, I knew it was going to test. When it never bounced is when I thought, okay, I'm going to hold this a little bit longer. You can see I took my first partials right at the 50 moving average on the 5-minute chart. I let it settle down here, and I took a couple more partials at the 50 on the 15. And then as it dropped below 161, which had provided some resistance, also this was right above 161. I took out my last piece at 160.85-ish. I could have held on. Frankly, I only had about 10% of my position left at that point. And I said this morning I thought there was a chance it would go green to red. Sure enough, it did today, but it wasn't worth it with the size that I had left, and it never really gave a chance to pull back and add to my position that I saw after I waited for it to go down there. So anyway, that's my recap for today. If you haven't watched Andrew's recap for today, he had a great trade on Roku. Congrats to him. Congrats to A-Dog, a.k.a. William, in the chat room. Hopefully he does a recap on his Roku trade. And then also congratulations to Robert H. He had an extra special day himself. So you guys trade safe, be smart, and thanks for watching.